Hello, Chain Gang. If you're a subscriber, you know that two of our greatest loves are Italy and the pasta that is made there.
We have been visiting Italy and enjoying these marvelous creations for 20 years, and we've learned a lot of lessons we would love to share with you so you can have the best experience humanly possible on your Italy trip. Welcome to the 4 Chains Travel and our 4 Chains in Italy playlist. Let's start with a brief history of the pasta. Italy claims that pasta started in the Etruria region, which is essentially Tuscany, Umbria, and parts of Lazio, with what is essentially lasagna noodles. Greece, I should note, claims that pasta started there with what we would today know as macaroni. The pasta that you use in the United States primarily, durum semolina, comes from a wheat in Africa. All this is irrelevant because the world has rendered a unanimous verdict that the best pasta in the world is currently made in Italy, so that is where our journey will take place. Now, there is a misconception that true Italians only eat fresh pasta, pasta fresca. That is actually not the case. And in fact, dry pasta, pasta secca, which is far cheaper in the US than pasta fresca, is actually more expensive in Italy because it lasts longer, takes more steps to produce, and in some cases, it holds certain sauces better. The most common question we get on this subject, and the main subject of this video is, if you want great pasta in Italy, where is the best place to go? That debate always seems to focus on 2 cities, and we are going to cover them shortly, but I just don't want any of the cities that we love that have pasta specialties to feel slighted, particularly because I know most Italian trips cover multiple cities. So I want to quickly make some city-specific recommendations. Our best day we ever had in Italy was making gnocchi and Amalfi, and it could certainly be your favorite day too. In Trieste, you should order shellfish pasta. Shellfish pasta is also great in Gallipoli. But when you're in Gallipoli, I think you should go to Di Mora Muzio for the big noodled parrucchiere for lunch. Why lunch? Well, because for dinner, you should watch a sunset and have pasta alla vongole at La Bita. In Rome, you should certainly try cacio e pepe. And there's a lot of great places you can get that in Rome, including Fatani, who arranged an incredible 25th anniversary surprise party in their back room for me. You better believe arranging a surprise party in Rome is not easy. Now, in Venice, you should try cuttlefish with squid ink. But when talking about Venice, I want to make what you might consider a side note about pizza. Many don't consider pizza a pasta, but it is made with the same type of ingredients. You can see our teacher and myself making pizza here, and it is very similar video to the pasta class in Amalfi. I consider Naples to be the capital of pizza, but it is great everywhere in Italy except Venice and her sister towns Burano and Murano. But only because, for safety reasons, you cannot cook with an open fire in those towns, so wood fire ovens are simply illegal. Now, before we get to the 2 giants of the pasta world, I obviously cannot ignore that if you are in Bari, you should not only try orecchietti with bracciolo at Mamma Puglia, but you should have the orecchietti made by Nunzia, the most famous pasta maker in the entire world.
I loved meeting and spending time with Nunzia, and I loved her pasta. And although making the pasta was not incident-free, that wasn't her fault.
Oh, we're actually getting a special treat to see her make the pasta that Angie's about to buy. And as you can see, everybody's filming her because she's so famous. La migliore del mondo, no? Sí. I mean, she's the best in the world. at this.
You can't even see her doing it.
I know.
Adesso 67.
No,
Una vita a fare
non
sempre
possibile.
pasta. È possibile.
Non nascite 60 anni fa. Posso prendere questo? Grazie. Grazie mille.
Basta.
Basta, sì. E sugo dentro, no? And here comes the tour groups. Our time with Nunzia is coming to a close. This is a French tour group. And it goes all the way back there. Oh, due baci, bene. This orecchietti is made by, as you just saw, the most famous orecchietti maker in the entire world. So famous, the Pope gets his orecchietti there. And we're gonna have some seafood. Since this is literally fresh stuff she made for us today, and gave Angie kisses, as you probably just saw. I'm assuming this cooks in about 2 minutes. So timing this with the seafood so everything will be hot is gonna be tough. But we are in mid-panic mode. Angie is making the salad. We got our HBO Max. We're not splurging there. You get a bunch of free streaming credits with Amex Platinum. So we chose the Disney bundle with HBO Max and Hulu, and we also get Peacock for free. And we get Paramount Plus. I just dropped the orecchietti in. As soon as they float, you gotta take them out. So I do not wanna mess that up. And seafood, we got some shrimp, we got some calamari, we got a little bit of crab. Crab is very expensive over here. And a teeny bit of octopus. Sorry if you saw my octopus, people. We don't have a lot of octopus in there. This is a $6 bottle of wine, which is very expensive in Italy. It's from Salento.
Hey.
Oh, shoot! Okay, never mind. The pasta's done. Okay. Shit! Okay, relax. It turned out just fine, as I hope you agree. So let's get right to the main event, and no surprise, the Italian Pasta Championship battle comes down to Bologna, which you see here, and the most beautiful city in the world, Florence. We will start with Florence, and I can't blame anyone who would pick them for this honor, even if it was solely because of the two restaurants we're about to use as examples. So, let's get ready to rumble!
Our first example is Trattoria Borgo Antico in the Santo Spirito Piazza. We heard about this from a Rick Steves episode where he declared it as having the best pasta alla vongole on the planet, and we figured he would know.
We first went there 19 years ago and were blown away by the food and the service, and we've been back many times since. On this trip, we reunited with the same chef who was there for our first visit and is still there.
We're at his restaurant, Ristorante Il Borgo Antico, il migliore ristorante del mondo. Grazie. Stasera.
Clams were not in season, so Angie got the wild boar pasta, and I let him choose my dish. He picked the pasta carbonara with black truffle, not knowing I do not enjoy mushrooms. Well, I discovered black truffles are a different universe. I equate it to loving olive oil, even though you do not enjoy eating olives.
I tried it and thought it was so great that we returned a couple days later and both had the same thing again.
On the back of our shirt says, "Life is not a dress rehearsal, and this dish is why we say it. Get here and order this." Enough said.
Our second example is another Rick Steves recommendation. We saw his experience at this restaurant and with this incredibly special chef, and it didn't seem real, so we had to find out for ourselves.
Tito's Ristorante only has a 4.7, but that is because people that don't understand the vibe, well, they just don't understand the vibe. Forget about those people. If you're watching this video, you aren't one of them. The pasta is absolutely amazing, but this place is mostly famous because of its written rules, and more importantly, its unwritten rules, which are that you have to love food and love everyone else who loves food. This is the chef, Bobo. The previous day was one of the worst we ever had as YouTubers, and we were telling Bobo about it, and he just set us straight. He told us, "Cibo e amore, Nient'altro es importante. He gave us hugs and kisses, and when we tried to say goodbye, he set us straight one more time. A più tardi. He insisted, see you later, instead of goodbye, because we must come back to visit him. Of course, we will.
Is it even possible that a city with these two treasures could not be the capital of pasta? Well, actually, yes. Most food lovers would give that title to Bologna.
It is tough to argue with the consensus on this one. First of all, Bologna is the capital of Emilia-Romagna, where the world's greatest cheese for pasta, Parmigiano Reggiano, is made. The second best cheese ranking changes a lot, but number one is always the king. Also, of course, the most popular pasta sauce in the world is from Bologna. In the United States, we simply call it spaghetti sauce or spaghetti sauce with meat, but the rest of the world refers to it as bolognese. It is also the birthplace of tortellini, including many tortellini variations like tortellini al sugo and tortellini al brodo. And lasagna verde comes from Bologna. So do many other non-pasta specialties like mortadella, balsamic vinegar, and a very special cutlet dish that you're going to get a peek at in this video. You've probably figured out that if you love food and haven't been to Bologna, you have something very special to look forward to. We have been fortunate, because of the support of you guys, the Chain Gang, to spend a lot of time in Bologna enjoying all these blessings, and we're going to show you some of them here, and the rest of them in videos that are coming up later, so please subscribe. What follows here are some of the pasta variations and the restaurants that are most known for serving them that have made Bologna such a bucket list foodie destination, and we will start with one known mostly to locals, and that is sfogliarina. Sfoglia is the name of the large sheet of pasta many varieties start with, and a sfoglialina is a female pasta maker, and Rina is the name of the woman who opened this shop. Hence the play on words sfogliarina. It is a local hangout because this is actually a pasta shop where they make the pasta fresh and locals come by to make their home recipes. But there is also a restaurant in the back where they will make it for you. Angie got the tagliatelle alla bolognese, and I got the lasagna verde, and they were both life-changing. There are other versions of lasagna verde, like this seafood one at Mercato di Mezzo, and at Sette Chiese Bistro, where I got that veal cutlet. Angie tried it again, but it's the best at Sfogliarina.
So normally we tend to go for an economic lunch, but this is a very special occasion. We are at the Ristorante alla Cesarini, and it is famous. It is at the Piazza Santo Stefano, just at the entrance there, you see. And it is famous because it is the restaurant that invented a dish called tortellini alla panna. It's not cheap, but you know, we're in Bologna and this is a famous place and it's very close to our where we're staying. So we're gonna splurge a little because this is the only place, if you're gonna get this dish, you should get it. So there is seating outside, and that's the most popular. You should make reservations even for lunch at seating outside. But we are going to be dining indoors, which is even fancier. So we probably should have dressed more than in a collared polo, but it is what it is. I got the signature dish that was invented at this restaurant. And Angie, you decided to get another.
I got a traditional bolognese dish, which is tortellini and broth, tortellini al brodo. Been looking forward to trying this one and that one.
Yeah, we're going to share for sure.
Osteria da Fortunata will be the main event of this video. If it's not the best, it's certainly the most famous. This restaurant has locations in Bologna, Rome, and Milan, and it is famous throughout the world because they make their fresh pasta not only in the open, but in the front window of the restaurant. It's famous both for that and, of course, Grandma Iris, who started the entire concept. And if you go to Bologna, you absolutely have to go here and enjoy their specialties. If you plan on eating here and watching the pasta makers, either make reservations or go during off hours, but there isn't really off hours. We went during off hours and it was almost full, and soon after we sat down, there was a waiting list. But I did notice there were several decently rated restaurants on the same block that were almost empty during this time. We decided to pair it with a nice wine. They do a good presentation. The tables are very close together intentionally so you can talk with your neighbors, which is a huge thing in Bologna. We decided to go to two of the staples. I went for the cacio e pepe, and Angie, as you can see there, went for the carbonara. Not Borgo Antico, but certainly the pasta was incredibly fresh. And the cacio e pepe was excellent, the best I've had since Rome.
Okay, he said this was the best tiramisu in Bologna.
That's what they said about the carbonara.
Yeah, so we're going to find out.
So technically the winner was Bologna, but the best way for you to win is to come to Italy and try them all for yourself. And here's one last secret for you. If a great chef uses great ingredients in great Italy, pasta can be amazing no matter what city you're in. Milan is supposed to be the worst pasta city, but we visited a pasta artiste at Posto di Conversazione, and it was incredible. So if you like this video, please subscribe, and we will see you every Saturday on the Four Chains Travel.